Dubai has become the place to go for a touch of indulgence. It was 25 years ago, with oil reserves running low, that Dubai's ruler had a vision to turn the small Gulf nation into a luxury holiday destination. But what he needed was a landmark to put Dubai on the international map. The answer was the Burj Al Arab.
You think you're dreaming, so like, wow, is it really real?
Standing over 1,000 feet tall and costing an estimated £1 billion to build, the Burj offers extremes in opulence for those that can afford it.
Is it going to be kings and queens from the Middle East, sheikhs and sheikhas, or is it going to be Mr. and Mrs. Honeymoon, Mr. and Mrs. Prize winner, Mr. and Mrs., you know, let's spend the inheritance kind of thing?
Just insanely beyond what I call normal rich people. It's just, they are the super elite.
But in the cutthroat world of luxury hotels, what does it take to satisfy the most demanding of guests?
They don't care about the price, just find it for me.
This is really a problem, huh?
If we need to carpet the whole beach, we'll carpet the whole beach.
No, you will be here because guests will come from here.
Amazing.
If I was to ask you for 5 brands of luxury handbags, what brands would you offer?
As their 15th anniversary approaches, can one of the world's most expensive hotels prove they are still top of their game?
No one expected the police to come with the bomb squad and dogs.
I want luxury. My guest wants luxury. I want to hear Prada. I want to hear Louboutin. I want to hear Lacroix. I want to hear anything else under the sun apart from Zara and H&M.
Located on the southern coast of the Arabian Gulf, the Burj Al Arab is visited by 11,000 wealthy Brits each year. Shaped like a giant sail, the hotel was designed to reflect the region's seafaring past. Built just offshore on a man-made island, the Burj is one of Dubai's original super luxury hotels.
Good afternoon, Concierge Burj Al Arab, Oscar speaking.
Australian-born Oscar has been assisting guests at the hotel for the last 5 years.
This is Concierge. This is my nest. This is my home. This is the heartbeat of who I am and what my operations and what the team does for me. Everything pretty much happens here, as well as looking after and managing the daily heartbeat of the hotel lobby. This is a very photogenic moment here, with the fountains, with actually it's surrounded by luxury boutiques here as well. So this is that moment where people capture literally their location, they've arrived.
To keep the guest experience as exclusive as possible, the Burj does not offer any budget rooms.
Burj Al Arab is an all-suite hotel, 202 grand suites within the hotel, distributed within 25 floors. Every suite actually is double-story or duplex.
Starting from around £900 a night, guests will find the most expensive suites higher up the hotel.
This is the top floor of the hotel. This is the floor for the royals.
At a heady £10,000 a night, the royal suites are 8 times the size of an average UK home and offer occupants the most unrestrained furnishings and decor.
It's a celebration of travel, of sourcing beautiful fabrics from Europe, from Africa as such. So it's a real melting pot, and Dubai was always like a trading sort of nation, especially via the seas.
The climax of opulence is reserved for the master bedroom.
And let the show begin. Of course, a rotating bed, as every king would like to have.
Why do you think you need a rotating bed?
It may not be useful or practical, but it's just something special. It's something that no one else has, and it's memorable.
Creating a memorable stay at any hotel begins with the arrival.
What's going to happen now in the afternoon, we've got 2 critical groups checking in. So one will be a Chinese group, but they're actually arriving in Ferraris. Managing this driveway is very critical. For many, it's their first impression of Burj Al Arab.
To reach the entrance of the hotel, guests must first travel over 300 metres across a private bridge.
I see it as a catwalk of guests coming in and out, beautiful guests, delegations, group guests.
Of the 1,500 staff at the Burj, there are over 70 dedicated to make the arrivals run as smoothly as possible.
There are lobby hostesses. They're recruited literally from around the world. Their minimum height needs to be 160 centimetres tall. We can give or take a couple of centimetres, also depending on the culture and the languages that they're offering. The doormen, again, I recruit from around the world. They need to look handsome. They need to physically be 6'1" tall or 185 centimetres tall. So a lot of the times when I'm interviewing and recruiting, I physically need validation from your passport to ensure that you're actually tall enough, because I can't bring someone over and they're 5'8" like me kind of thing.
I have to handle the traffic, I have to greet the guests, to receive the luggage, check in, check out. There's a lot of things I have to do, not only to stay as a tall and handsome guy.
To keep the most exclusive guests happy, staff are expected to never say no, whatever the request.
It goes from all extremes. Guests brought in a dead alligator, asked whether we could cook it for him. So we've actually got a chef that has done that before, so we said, OK, no problem.
Food and beverages manager James from Birmingham has been in hospitality his whole life.
I've never seen someone put gold on a cappuccino in my life, never. And it's because we can, because we should.
James and his wife Sally moved to Dubai looking for a lifestyle change. Initially only intending to stay for a year or two, they've now been here for 6.
It's gorgeous. Get up, go to the beach, go shopping, which obviously you can't do that in Birmingham. It's so safe here. You really don't hear about any crime.
We haven't locked the door in the last 3-4 years. I couldn't even tell you where my house key is. And that is crazy.
Having fallen in love with Dubai, James and Sally are missing only a few home comforts.
We could pick friends and family up and just
Pop over here. Yeah.
That would be ideal.
What else do you miss?
Oxtail soup.
Taking the brunt of the guests' demands is the concierge desk.
Yeah. We're still looking, so give us a few more minutes, yeah? All right, thanks, bye. Okay, Jen, hi.
Assistant concierge manager Ekaterina has been at the hotel for nearly 4 years.
I'm from Romania. I studied tourism all my life. I really love being a concierge from the first day. I learned in school about these magical people that will pull tickets to the theater from nowhere and will get you the last table in a restaurant. And I thought this very amazing and fascinating.
Before Ekaterina joined the concierge desk, it was an all-male team.
In our world here, you need to have a woman. We'll always have a woman now at the concierge desk because there are so many delicate questions that will come from a lady or even from a man that will not feel comfortable to discuss it with another man.
One such delicate situation has just arisen. A male guest has called to say he wants to propose to his girlfriend when they arrive later today, and he wants to propose in the most romantic possible place. Over 200 meters above the lobby is the alternate entrance to the hotel. Ekaterina has arranged for the guests' helicopter arrival, but has also been asked to track down a very important package.
When I asked him what would be so important that has to be there on arrival, he said that it's his engagement ring. For me, more important now is if we get the ring and I get to go up there on the helipad and hand it to him without her suspecting it or anything.
The only problem is the package is delayed in customs.
Would you be able to tell me what's happening Do you think in about 2 hours we'll be able to find out what's the status of this parcel? There's been no update since 11 o'clock. They can still stop it at the airport. They can still refuse to hand it to us. We'll see. It's quite stressful, and we're hoping to have it in time for the proposal.
While Ekaterina chases the package, the couple's personal butler is preparing their suite with what the hotel refers to, ominously, as a romantic turn-down.
I'm not placing only the rose petal. It's a love from our side for our guests.
Imported from Colombia and Kenya, there'll be no fewer than 5,000 rose petals covering the couple's suite.
Hopefully, when she will see this all surprises, she will be saying, yes!
Do you think we could come and pick it up ourselves? Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good day. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
With the package through customs and on its way to the hotel, the arrival team prepare the helipad lounge.
Right now, this is a very special moment, which is a romantic moment. So we are going to serve the guests this champagne. By heart, we feel something which is I cannot explain. I'm speechless.
Can we please find this parcel?
Finally armed with the ring, Ekaterina heads to the helipad with just seconds to spare.
Please, nobody steps on the red carpet. We'll all be here, yeah, thanks. Now it's getting exciting.
The Burj Al Arab, or Tower of the Arabs, was designed to attract the rich and famous from around the world with the promise of extreme opulence. But not all the visitors are wealthy. Arriving by helicopter is an American fireman who has saved up to propose to his unsuspecting girlfriend on the hotel helipad. To avoid suspicion, Ekaterina from concierge is delivering the ring still inside the courier's box.
Good morning, welcome to Burj Al Arab.
Ekaterina?
Yes, your parcel has arrived.
Nice to finally meet you,
There's an
Ekaterina.
open slip over there.
Well, let's do this.
Oh my God.
Show me a love that I didn't know was possible. With the years, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. We know we're forever. I think it's time we let everybody else know it's forever. Would you be my Mrs. Elmore? For sure.
It's done! It went perfectly. She said yes, she was surprised. And I think it was very unique to propose via a box, a different kind of box. Thanks, you.
Ekaterina. Thank you very much for making all that happen.
Oh, you're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Chris has taken time off work in Afghanistan to treat girlfriend Barbara to her first stay at the hotel. The journey from the airport alone has cost him over 2 weeks' wages.
I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what's happening. I'm so excited to stay at that hotel, and now this, and now I'm engaged.
After its construction 15 years ago, it took 250 designers from around the world to complete the hotel's interior decor. This included 24,000 light fittings and 500,000 litres of paint. But 15 in Dubai years makes the Burj an old man. Preventing the hotel from losing its shine is a continuous operation.
Cable management here, okay? I don't want to see this cabling like this. Please, I want to check and properly the angle here.
In charge of the hotel's upkeep is 65-year-old Munir. He's been with the Burj since it opened.
Are you describing the relationship you have with the building?
It's like you're asking me like you're asking Romeo about Juliet, my dear. I mean, it's my nest. It's the nest of my soul. All these crystal by Swarovski. This is by Swarovski. This is Swarovski. And again, all the lighting in here made by Swarovski. Yeah, the floor is the leather. It's a pure leather. It's not just plastic. It's a leather. I mean, to maintain this, we buy every year the whole set because these high heels and everything. Now you see this one. This is flush. There is electronic device there. You can see it's not hard when you push. Every year this has to be sent for gold plating. The fittings, it is very nice.
Throughout the year, there is often an entire floor closed to guests, allowing for a continuous maintenance cycle.
Morning, lady. How are you, Maria? Not bad, not bad.
Gold is a recurring theme throughout the Burj. In addition to the gold plating, the hotel contains over 2,000 square meters of 24-carat gold leaf.
You might say, why you spend too much gold leaves? Because the gold leaves is metal and it will oxidate after 1 month or 2 months. So if I have to do the touch up in here, I have to do the whole leg. You do the whole leg will be different color than the second leg. Then I have to do the 4 legs. You do the 4 legs, you have to do the backdrop. If you do one chair in the suite, it will look different than the other chair, so we have to do everything.
Why is there so much gold in the Burj?
That's a good question. The gold in this place, I can describe it in one sentence. It is to represent the majestic Arabian culture.
For some, the colour of Arabian culture can be infectious. The Burj's gift shop capitalises on this lust for luxury.
We are at the Burj Al Arab boutique, where we have a lot of exclusive items created especially for us.
Indian-born Gopal has been with the hotel for nearly 3 years.
Starting, if you see, our Burj Al Arab logo have been converted into a jewelry, which is a platinum and a gold. This is again a very popular item. As you see, it's a gold iPad. So far, we've sold it to a lot of Russians, a lot of Chinese, and a couple of British guests as well.
How much are they?
The iPad can cost $10,000. So I'm pretty sure I can't afford that piece.
And is it a form of intoxication, all this opulence?
It is. When you come in, you think you're dreaming, or you are in a dreamland actually, because you could never imagine some things could exist like that. And when you really come in and you say like, wow, is it really real? Am I dreaming, or I'm just in a in a different world?
Does it get you high?
Yeah, probably yes. I wish I could take one with me.
Today, Gopal is receiving a new consignment of gold-plated mobile phones, commissioned especially for the Burj's 15th anniversary.
We put your 15th anniversary logo on the box.
Yeah.
And that's gold-plated, obviously.
Exactly.
So this is black gold, so it's laser cut.
Yeah.
Then it's laser engraved,
Yeah.
and then we polish it,
and
then we plate it in gold.
Amjad from Scotland runs a London-based company specialising in gold-plated luxury items.
We've left the logo in black, and this
Dubai
is
has become one of their most important markets.
I think it's overtaken, I know it sounds harsh to say, but it's overtaken London, it's overtaken New York. Everybody's into bling, and gold is the ultimate precious metal. We work with the rich, the famous, captains of industry, royalty, Justin Bieber. We've just done some stuff for the Kardashians and the odd ex-president.
Since Dubai styled itself as a centre for luxury tourism, expats wanting a piece of the action now outnumber the locals 4 to 1.
This is a route that I sometimes like to take because it is the Beverly Hills of Dubai. So for here, every second villa is either a plastic surgeon, a medical centre, a couturier.
To get a taste of Dubai's lavish lifestyle, concierge manager Oscar moved over from Australia 7 years ago.
It is my home. It's my second home. Lucky in my profession, I kind of know it like the back of my hand. It's my job to know a new boutique, a new burger joint.
After working in a neighbouring hotel, it took nearly 2 years of patiently waiting before Oscar finally got the job he'd dreamed of.
It sounds like a cliche, but I think the first time I drove across, and even at the point of my interviews going for concierge manager Burj Al Arab, was just unreal. It's like a palace. It's really like a fairy tale destination.
Getting the top job in concierge was the culmination of a long journey in customer service that for Oscar started in a clothes shop in Oz.
I was young, inexperienced, somewhat even clueless. I was working in a department store back in Melbourne, selling Levi 501s. Within 2 years, I decided to go to London. I worked in Harrods and Selfridges, so it really sort of fortified the fact that I'll always be looking, and I was passionate about looking after guests with a higher demand or a high discerning taste as such. So I was dealing with, in the days with the Spice Girls, Princess Diana, Take That. That was the real heyday where me as a little simple Australian was working in the places of kings and queens, of the rich and famous, literally.
Many of the guests at the Burj are keen to purchase luxury items during their stay. For some employees, an encyclopedic knowledge of brands is essential.
So if I was to ask you for 5 brands of luxury handbags, what brands would you offer to a guest at Burj Al Arab? What about a fashion designer? Do you know what a degustation menu is? In a nutshell, why do you want to work for Burj Al Arab?
Oscar has a vacancy on his concierge team and is hoping to find someone that matches up to his strict criteria.
My secret weapon is my luxury test. So someone can be very professional, someone can have worked in a hotel for 10 years, but if they can't sort of tell me certain answers pertinent and a little bit more unique to the lifestyles of the rich and famous, all the best for another position in another hotel. If I get answers such as a luxury handbag being Zara or H&M, that colleague or that candidate's probably not appropriate for Burj Al Arab. I want luxury. My guest wants luxury. I want to hear Prada. I want to hear Louboutin. I want to hear Lacroix.
Oscar's next potential candidate is 26-year-old Lena from Germany.
Lena, hi, it's Oscar calling from Burj Al Arab. How are you?
Hello, good. How are you?
Good. So if my guest wants a pair of kitten heels, where are you going to start your search?
For kitten heels, I have not heard of it as of now, but I would say perhaps some heels. It's a special shoe design.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So at least you know that you'll be sort of pursuing shoe shops as opposed to pet shops. A champagne brand.
Oui, Chandon, Pommery, Mum, one would be Veuve Clicquot, Laurent Perrier, or...
Yeah, fabulous. That's great. What is cashmere?
Cashmere is also cashmere wool, and it's the hair of the undercoat fibers of goats.
What is a kosher meal?
No, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I have not heard the same kosher.
Thank you so much for your time, Lena.
Thank you very much.
Okay, have a good day. She did really well. Sometimes people really choke and they've got no idea. It's something that we're not always born with. We don't have Tiffany Co., in our mouth at the point of being born or what have you. We're not wearing couture and Giorgio Armani, but it's something that you need to have a liking for.
As well as expertise in luxury, guests expect the very best in hospitality, especially when attending high-profile events. Tonight, the hotel's ballroom will be hosting an awards dinner as part of Dubai's 11th International Film Festival.
As soon as that's done, you go down and then follow.
Food and beverage manager James has been tasked with making sure the event is an instant hit with the visiting film industry.
And cocktails are all we're making them back of house. We have runners for this, our bartenders.
Yes.
There's a few things like this that happen throughout the year in Dubai that are quite a high profile thing for Dubai, really. So it's really an honour to host the gala dinner, the gala event.
With the possibility of royalty presenting awards at the gala dinner, there is an unscheduled visit from the Dubai police force. Preparations come to a halt as James and his team are ejected from the ballroom, just as guests are about to arrive.
Obviously we've got the VIP event tonight, but no one expected the police to come with the bomb squad of dogs to search, which is, it happens occasionally. It's one of those things. This is one of the things that we have to do.
Hi, it's just me. Can you just help on the driveway? It's clear now, but I just need to sort of be looking. Okay, yeah. So just go on the driveway so I can sort of look after the VIPs arriving. Cheers, ta-ta, bye, bye.
Concierge manager Oscar is coordinating front of house during the awards dinner for the Dubai Film Festival.
At the end of the day, it's still a hotel. So people are checking in, checking out, having dinner. So it can get sometimes quite frantic. So we've got everything as far as what we can, all hands on deck basically for tonight's movement. Are all these guests waiting for a bus pickup or buggies? Aye, and with the film festival.
Determined the guests will experience an elegant arrival, Oscar wants to shift the high volume of daytime visitors away from the entrance.
Is it just the two of you? Yep. Could you move each hotel, please, for the two ladies here?
Hey, guys.
Sweetie, where are your valet parkers? Where are the valet parkers? I count two. Where are they?
Walking downstairs,
Yeah,
taking the
okay.
car and going down.
Quick. Quick sticks.
Tonight's awards are for films originating from the United Arab Emirates and Arab world.
The film is called في الوقت الضائع in Arabic, and the English title is In Overtime.
With Thy Spirit, it's my short movie. It's about in Lebanon in a monastery.
I mean, the Burj Al Arab, it feels, I always say, it's like if you ever wanted to film 1001 Arabian Nights, you've got the set built already.
With the awards ceremony about to begin, James will not relax until his royal guest has arrived.
If our top VIP is actually does decide to come, it's going to be having the top table in the middle, so we've got a little bit of security waiting for him.
His Highness Sheikh Mansour, the son of Dubai's ruler, arrives just in time to present the awards.
The sheikhs, the royal families, when they arrive, there's a sudden spike of pressure, and as soon as you've got it all settled and off you go, then it's good.
So what you're going to do later?
Definitely, the Crown and Lion is going to be calling, or my balcony sat on a beanbag, just relax, chilled out outside, sat down, money over a glass of wine with my wife.
When you're staying at one of the world's most exclusive hotels, you expect the very best in cuisine. The Burj Al Arab has 8 restaurants and bars under its roof, serving everything from gourmet business lunches to high tea. In charge of running the kitchens is executive chef Maxime.
You can hear, this nice melody, yeah?
With a team of over 200, there's more than one chef for every suite in the hotel.
We build the team according to the restaurant. So here we have Italian chefs, Indian, French, they also bring their influence. It's really interesting to share, this influence from all over the world. Oh, look at this.
Maxime spends much of his time trying to source the finest ingredients from around the world.
This is line cod sea bass, no net. Beautiful oysters coming from Ireland. Maybe 2 days ago, they were in the sea. Amazing. So I'm going to show you another beautiful product that we have here. It's actually a beautiful balsamic vinegar. It has 100 years of age. Oh my God. As you can see, it's very thick.
What does it taste like?
Paradise.
At the Burj's most famous restaurant, Al Mahara, it's more than just the guests that need feeding. One of 3 aquariums in the hotel, it takes a team of 7 staff to maintain them, led by British marine biologist Warren from Plymouth.
I work in a unique place which I'm extremely proud of. I've been here for 13 plus years and these aquariums are a part of me. I've popped my head around the corner on a couple of occasions and not seen much conversation going on, but guests sitting there mesmerised by the exhibit.
Most popular with the guests are the hotel's resident sharks. To keep all the exhibits healthy, occasionally a team member will venture into the tank.
Just observing to see whether all the moray eels are feeding.
By keeping all the fish well fed, they are less inclined to eat each other or take a fancy to the divers.
One time I jumped in the tank and I had the food box with all the fish inside. As I opened up the container, all the juice from the sardine waved up and washed up over my suit. I was looking around for the zebra shark and then all of a sudden I felt the shark tugging at the back of my wetsuit, trying to rip my suit off, obviously mistaking it for sardine.
You got mistaken for a sardine?
I certainly did get mistaken for a sardine, a large one.
Guests at the Burj frequently include both heads of state and royalty. Today, the Ugandan flag is flying to mark the arrival of its king. Concierge manager Oscar has been asked to help out with a royal makeover.
I managed to find some tailors, and of course they sound very regal. The company name is Knights and Lords. So again, befit for a king, befit for sort of ceremonial purposes, and they also have the experience of dealing with, I guess, high ends in London. I always have to look at my suppliers. They look smart till they look sharp. They're selling suits, and if they're in a bad suit, I've probably made the wrong decision.
22-year-old King Oyo is currently the youngest ruling monarch in the world, responsible for 4.5 million subjects. The king is touring Dubai, looking for inspiration on how to modernise both his kingdom and his image.
What colour is this one?
This is in like we are trying to show you some colours and fabrics which you feel this should.
It's a colour option, like a royal blue.
I like this fabric.
Hi, how are you? Oscar, pleased to meet you.
Accompanying the king on his tour is his mother. She has been taking an active role in evolving her son's image.
What we are looking is we're looking for his own brand. So it will be like King Oyo's brand. So it will be unique.
And we were just discussing with His Majesty some identities and looks that will be exclusive and defining to him.
I've never seen this
Yeah.
cut.
And it's a complete bespoke suit, so we can still talk about the cut, the style, but everything from the stitch to the buttons to the lining can be just as you wish kind of thing. So we can be a little bit cheeky, we can still be very dignified, but it's made just for you. As much as there might be the facade of royalty or a beautiful hotel, it's a mother and a son discussing what to wear, how to wear, where to wear it as such. So the king will still always respect his mother. But it's a mother-son sort of experience.
Yeah, I'm still involved because he's still young, and until he gets his own queen, maybe I'll be out of his way. But now I'm still involved. As a mother, a son can't grow out of his mom, so mom is always there.
Providing a very personal service is at the core of the hotel's philosophy. They have over 200 staff working in the guest services department.
Everybody has gloves. Kindly put it on.
Helping keep the small army of butlers on course is Supervisor Lana from Uzbekistan.
My dream was to become a writer, and it was never my dream to work in hospitality. I never heard about hospitality in Uzbekistan, but when I arrived to Dubai, my dream has changed.
Today, Lana is overseeing the departure of a family going on a helicopter tour of the city.
No, you will be here because guests will come from here. First Dana, then we will have Lance.
The hotel prides itself on giving guests the best in Arabian hospitality. But Lana has adopted some British influences.
Then we will have Vinicius and then Jorge. I have watched Downton Abbey, if I'm not mistaken with the name, for I think it's a 5th season now, and it is extremely interesting to see how the butlers behave. So they take the rose water, they take towel. We have used on board a lot of tips. We told our colleagues to watch this movie as well, just to feel the taste of being a butler.
Occasional delays from air traffic control can keep the butlers waiting on the roof in temperatures of up to 45 degrees.
Sometimes we can stay here for half an hour, 1 hour, because the airplane not landing on time, so we are here waiting.
Has anyone ever fainted?
Not in our history. As I said, our butlers are very strong. Happy birthday.
This is the 3rd time the Diederich family have stayed at the Burj, but their first time on the helipad.
First of all, I didn't dare to walk out this door, but then I thought it's all for me. It's my special day.
I thought it is a good idea that for a very special birthday of my wife, I booked something also very special.
With the guests in the air, Lana and her team will await their return in the shade.
Let's refresh ourselves.
The beginning of December in Dubai means time to celebrate National Day. It's been 43 years since Dubai united with the 6 other Arab Emirates. Conveniently coinciding with the Burj's 15th anniversary, the hotel has decided to put on a spectacular beach party for loyal guests and local VIPs. Executive chef Maxime has been tasked with meeting the high expectations of the 600 guests.
We use the best dishes of each restaurant as a reduced portion. It has to be very practical for the guests to eat. We need to organize the spoon, the little spoon, oyster forks. Can you imagine one of our VIP having difficulties to eat an oyster? They are quite picky, let's say, you know.
To complete one of his dishes, Maxime has been holding out for the crowning ingredient that he hopes will get the guests talking.
So this is the black truffle. We call it the black gold. This will be sliced on top of the vacherin cheese, and it will bring, along with the cheese, an amazing taste, an amazing perfume.
Foraged in rural France by specially trained dogs and costing up to £750 a kilo, in the truffle world, sight is everything.
This is the common one that you can see on the market, basically. Okay? And this is Burj Al Arab size.
The 15th anniversary celebrations have a particular significance to 23-year-old Noor, the assistant marketing manager. A native to Dubai, she has lived here her whole life.
I grew up actually watching the Burj from the living room window of our house. You can say we're childhood buddies. We grew up together.
As part of the coming celebrations, Noor is designing a photographic display that will allow the guests to see the birth of the Burj as she did as a child.
You can see the hotel without the sail. You can see the side of the hotel without the glass panels. It's going to bring back a lot of good memories.
Since the Burj was built, Noor has watched a dramatic transformation of her country.
It really was like sprouting a seed in the middle of, an empty desert, and things just blossomed around it. You would see other hotels, you would see roads, you would see constructions, you would see houses coming up around the area, expanding around Dubai and expanding around the United Arab Emirates. The guests will look at the island starting, and then here you go. It's the final image is right in front of you. It's picture perfect. It really is.
Working hard to make the beach VIP-proof is food and beverage manager James. Hotel manager Amar arrives to cast a critical eye.
How many of the ladies we put in the beautiful dresses will be at the entrance?
We should have 12, so we've got 12 in, 6 in red, 6 in black. Everything's important to Amal, everything. Every little detail, line, every finish, everything. You can't run the world's most luxurious hotel and not.
This is really a problem, huh? Okay, and can really be a hazard. You tape it.
Okay.
You can look at that if we find the right color of tape.
Yeah. Okay.
Always remember, nobody wants to walk on sand, in particular ladies.
Of course.
Yeah?
We're talking about some really important dignitaries that are coming. If we need to carpet the whole beach, we'll carpet the whole beach.
James has another pressing concern, one he wasn't expecting from the desert city.
Very, very rare that it rains. There's a lot of staging equipment, a lot of lighting. If it rains, a lot of electrical equipment that's going to get potentially ruined. If the wind gets up too much, the fireworks could be off. Could be catastrophic, really. Let me make it more of a pathway here. Do you know what I mean?
Staff at the Burj Al Arab are preparing an extravagant beach party for their most loyal guests and local VIPs. As well as celebrating Dubai's National Day, it's the hotel's 15th anniversary. But with news of thunderstorms further down the coast, food and beverages manager James is hoping the weather will hold out.
If it comes, it comes. It's one of those things we're going to have to cope with whatever situation comes to us. If we need to start moving in umbrellas, we'll move in umbrellas. It's okay. A little bit of rain won't stop us. Might electrocute everybody, but...
For many of the staff, the anniversary celebrations are a reminder of how much their lives have changed since joining the hotel. Butler Shaquille moved to Dubai 11 years ago after being recruited in Pakistan.
First time when I saw the Burj Al Arab, it's like a mountain standing in front of me. I was just slapping my cheeks like this, that it's reality that I'm going to work for Burj Al Arab. I served many presidents, football, soccer players, movie stars. I met everyone.
Some staff can find the hotel's high profile rubbing off on them.
Back after home, my family is treating me like a celebrity because they always recognize me with Burj Al Arab. Good morning, Mr. Almore. May I come in?
Two guests that Shaquille has been looking after are Chris and Barbara, who recently got engaged on the helipad.
Shaquille loves his job. It's evident from the first time you talk to him. He truly does enjoy what he does.
With their romantic stay coming to an end, fireman Chris will return to his job in Afghanistan, while Barbara returns home to Germany.
I got to know that they are going separate ways. This is emotional moment for me because I can see both are, you can say like a crying, you know, so we have to understand. To visit, allow me to open for you. Pleasant journey, sir. Thank you. And congratulations, sir. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I really didn't expect that he is going to hug me, which is people will do when they will feel something really heart-touching. So he was saying thanks to me. Maybe he did 100 times to me.
With just an hour to go before the celebrations begin, Maxime is transporting food for 600 guests from the hotel kitchens to the private beach.
You can see it's a kind of excitement everywhere, but basically the food arrived here on the beach, so we have to be very fast to place all what has to be, stored in chillers, and so we have to go fast. We have oysters, we have scallops, very fragile items that has to be stored as soon as possible.
In the cutthroat world of luxury hotels, an event like this gives the Burj a chance to outshine the competition.
We have been working for this project for more than 7 months, and today is the day we're going to be hosting that event. So it's very, very, very important. You give your best, you smile all the time, and you make sure you portray Burj Al Arab image at all time.
concierge manager Oscar is on transport duty.
We've got 5 buggies. These are the Rolls Royces of buggies. My responsibility tonight essentially is to ensure that a lot of the guests get from the front doors directly to the beach. Hi, welcome on board. It is a gala event, so people are dressed up. You'll have heads of state, you'll have royalty, you'll have heads of business, so it's going to be a fancy shindig. This is the ticket of the year, I guess.
After months of planning, the celebrations finally get underway.
There was a few spots of rain just as I was moving some last-minute furniture, but all calm and no wind. It's a massive relief, massive achievement, something we're quite proud of, especially as a team. There's a lot of pressure.
It's a sense of pride. I like seeing that people are curious. I'm just waiting for the fireworks now.
Sparing no expense, 2 tons of fireworks are released, stretching out across a mile of the Burj's skyline.
It's hard not to get emotional when you sort of see the place that you work, my office kind of being lit up with fireworks and sparkles. It's hard not to get sort of caught up and a little bit choked up upstairs.
The staff have helped put Dubai on the international map. But will they manage to satisfy the high demands of guests in the future?
15 years ago, when they first built the hotel, this was the one symbol. This was Sheikh Mohammed's icon for the region. And to still be that symbol now, 15 years later, I think it's still going to be that symbol in many, many years to come.
The day I leave Burj Al Arab, it's probably not even in my thought process at all. It's like a dear friend. I am part of Burj just as much as the red couches in the lobby or the 24-karat gold.
A new series in a new home, Liverpool's Women's Hospital. That's One Born Every Minute, returning tomorrow at 9. Next tonight, the choices the NHS has to make when it costs £2 billion a week and counting.